afternoon and welcome to Campus Beat, URI's only television news source. I'm Lisa Dubé.
And I'm Joe Stapleton. Welcome to our first show of the spring semester of 1993. Just 93 days until graduation.
We'd like to welcome you all back after Christmas break and hope that this semester is a good one. And in our first story tonight, we'd like to talk about Student Senate elections. Last week, primary elections were held here at URI for the presidential and vice presidential Student Senate seats. You might have seen some of the candidates campaigning for your vote on campus. Elections were held in the Union Square, where students had to show their ID before entering the voting booth. The 4 tickets were narrowed down to Vital Figueroa, Norelis Consuegra, Joshua Schwartz, and Beth Armstrong.
And the 2 primary winners met in Chafee 271 on Tuesday night for a debate on their platforms and plans for the Student Senate's highest office. Their arguments range from communication to the proposed tuition increase.
As I said, I'm Josh. I'm from Fairfield, Connecticut. I'm a speech communications major with a minor in political science, and I'm currently living at Sigma Pi where I'm a brother.
I'm Beth Armstrong. I'm from Ocean Township, New Jersey. I'm a marketing major and a fashion retailing minor. I'm also a member of Alpha Psi Delta sorority.
Okay, now I'll just give a brief overview of our campaign, our platform. The basic theme of our campaign deals with creating a sense of community. And granted, it's our slogan, but it's really what we want to get implemented. We feel that a lot of students are just going to class and then going home. Or like if you live down the line, you just come on campus just to go to class and then you go home. What we feel the campus is more or less divided into like Greeks, dorms, and down the liners. And what we want to do is set up programs and motivate the campus to really get involved, to have different programs set up so that if you're in one of these sectors, you really get to go out and meet with and interact with the other students. A good example of this would be homecoming. It's a day where it doesn't matter if you're in a Greek house or in a dorm or down the line. Everyone went down to the fields and had a great day. A little side note to that is that we've already met with Ron Petro and we're working towards getting tailgating for all the home football games next year. We're basically trying to get programs implemented already for the time for next year, like we're already starting to move along. There's one other issue which it's such a trigger word, like everyone's like, what's wrong? Communication. But we have like specific ideas on how we're gonna conquer like the problems with communication. And one very basic example of this is there are no suggestion boxes on campus. It sounds like a stupid thing that they have in food stores, but it's effective. Think about it. What happens when you're walking home from your 5 o'clock class and it's pitch black and you feel like you're gonna get mugged? What do? Carry mace, a gun? I mean, what you do is, we're proposing to do is basically have suggestion boxes around campus so that when you see a problem like that, if your roof's leaking or no hot water, you put a complaint in the suggestion box and then the communications committee on the Senate will channel this, will deal with the problems and channel them to the right areas so that it's really taken care of. It's not just like a complaint, like we want to be the voices of the student body, and that's just one way that we feel we could be the voices of the student body.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Vital Figueroa. On the issue of diversity, diversity is a big issue here at the University of Rhode Island. And the way we have decided that we were going to take action on the topic of diversity is to try to start a GAP program, which is a guaranteed admissions program at Central Falls High School. A GAP program guarantees a student from Central Falls High School admissions here to URI. Their first day at high school, they will be taking college preparatory courses till the last day when they walk through the stage. When they get that diploma from high school, they will continue on to this institution. Parking, another big issue for all the people that are residents and for the people that are commuters. So far, we've lost around 35 spaces in the last year and a half. We should have an input on the decisions that are made at this university. Another thing that I am trying to work on is getting people on committees of the things that make decisions on the Board of Governors. Students need to be on committees that make the decisions because we, the students, pay the tuition here. We should be getting catered to our needs, not to administration. First we come, then administration. That's the way this university should be run. And that's what we plan to do.
And I really think there's a lot more that has to be done. There's a lot of ignorance on campus about different types of people. I know I'm personally Jewish, and I'm taking a course on that. And we just did a quick little survey, and everyone, it dealt with ignorance. And what we want to do is we want to set up programs that educate the student body about different programs and different people, so that we really get different people dealing with different people.
We're getting a tuition increase of $509 next year. And personally, the way I see it, if I'm going to pay $509 more, I'm going to want more services. What I'm working on, and it should go past this weekend, is getting more hours at the Memorial Union. The Memorial Union, the study rooms have been closed for the last 5-6 years to students to use in the weekend. They will be open hopefully by the end of this week. So students will have a place to study. I will be trying to work with the gym to see if we can get more hours at the gym, because those are services that we deserve. The computer lab should be open more hours. We pay for all these facilities. And if we're going to be paying more money, we should be getting more services.
The general elections for Student Senate President will be held February 22nd and 23rd from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in Memorial Union Square.
Our local newspaper reports that drug use is on the rise here on campus, and recently I was asked to tag along with our campus police on one of their numerous drug raids. The target is marijuana and the dorm is Tucker. Campus police call in both officers and detectives to search this room. Let's follow the progress of a typical search. Hopes are high as this detective begins his search. First on the list is a backpack, which may be the carrier of more than books. And although a desk is an unlikely hiding place, officers must follow strict search procedure, making their way through the contents one drawer at a time. Most often, detectives say, drugs are hidden among personal items such as towels and socks. More than half an hour of continuous searching, and still no drugs are found. Officers begin to doubt the credibility of their source, who has insisted that marijuana is in this room. Nothing is too personal, and even a letter can provide a clue. And at this point, the operation is winding down. Officers search with little enthusiasm, realizing that they'll find no drugs here tonight. And after one last look under the bed, police give up the hunt, along with any hope of finding more than 40 bags of marijuana allegedly hidden in this room, which brings them right back to the source of this information, their informant. As one of the officers talks to him, frustration is apparent on the faces of the others. And later at the station, Lieutenant Tony Colombo explains the drug situation on campus.
Well, it's common with the area, common with other universities and their problems. We don't have an abundance of one and not the other, but the predominant one is marijuana. LSD is taking a big surge again, and as well as mushrooms.
His department's success so far.
We executed 14 search warrants. 2 of them were misdemeanors, the rest were all felonies. So we have a very good success rate. We have a lot of guys who are very interested in the narcotics field, plus we have the resources to do it.
Lisa, how successful are the drug raids? Do police usually find what they're looking for?
Well, Joe, they do. Captain Brian Cummings told me that police usually find exactly what they're looking for. Lieutenant Colombo says that they find what they're looking for 9 times out of 10.
Wow, it's very effective. And And the former Theta Chi president, who allegedly ran a marijuana business from his fraternity house room, pleaded no contest to felony charges on Tuesday. 21-year-old Michael Ragasta is charged with unlawful delivery of marijuana after selling 2 ounces of the illegal drug to an undercover detective. Prosecutor Randy White asked for a 7-year sentence for Ragasta, while 6 of them suspended. The Theta Chi fraternity was booted off campus last fall.
And school officials are finally taking some steps to stop what's becoming a serious problem in our area, guns in school. In the last month alone, officials have had to disarm 4 Rhode Island junior or senior high school students. In North Smithfield, a student's gun went off in a crowded lobby, but luckily no one was hurt. The penalty for this, only a 7-day suspension. But the rules are changing, and school administrators are racing to tighten security, create harsher punishments, and educate school employees. All this being done, of course, with the hopes of solving a dangerous problem before someone gets hurt.
Part of the Memorial Union's facelift has finally been completed, but not everyone is happy with the results. Campus Beat's John Pont tells us why some students are feeling left out.
Although it may not seem like it from the continuing construction outside, the Ram's Den is once again back in business. After several delays, the student hangout opened its doors to a new look. Inside, the Ram's Den is bigger and brighter, but is it accessible to everyone? Many physically challenged students say it isn't. A simple trip to the Ram's Den for lunch becomes an adventure for some students like Pete O'Hara.
Right now, the only problem I have, actually 2 problems, is getting at the soda machine and getting through all the different chairs and tables to the exit where you put your trash. There's no way I can do it. I cannot reach the soda machine, and I cannot easily pass through all the chairs and the tables without asking people to move all the time. And even then, it's still, I have to squeeze through between 2 chairs or 2 tables.
Other students, like freshman John Dabala, find it frustrating trying to find someone who will address their concerns.
I'm upset, but I don't know what to do about it, you know? There's people, these mysterious people, Bruce Hamilton, Kathleen Ginkitty, and they're all saying, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I don't know what ADA they read, because it's not fine, but I don't know where they are. I don't know how to complain to them, you know?
Ram's Den manager Ron Levy says his staff tries to compensate for the disadvantages by helping students with disabilities when needed.
We've had a lot of questions raised on that. I've taken it upon myself and have instructed my managers that whenever they see somebody who is in a wheelchair to help them somewhat, anybody who's on crutches. And we've been trying to get as much feedback as possible from those people to just make sure that they can get all their needs.
Director of Food Services Kathleen Ginkitty says the new Ram's Den must serve a large number of students, and she doesn't see a reduction in seats and tables a possibility. She says the new facility meets all the requirements within the Americans with Disabilities Act. Director of the Memorial Union, Bruce Hamilton, says the Ram's Den, along with the rest of the Union building, is up to ADA code.
Everything meets or exceeds, from the Ram's Den standpoint, although they're still working on some issues, the ADA requirements. As a matter of fact, the building exteriors are going to way exceed.
Levy, however, says there are plans to alter some areas, like the condiment and beverage centers.
We will do whatever is necessary to make make it as comfortable and accessible as possible, but we also are in certain restrictions at this point, which, according to higher authorities, have already been approved for handicap accessibility. There are certain things which we just can't change.
The campus organization, Students for Access, say it won't take the issue lying down. Members have been petitioning with other groups to see that the Ram's Den becomes accessible to all. For Campus Beat, I'm John Pont in Kingston.
And joining us now is sports reporter Eric White. Eric, what's going on in the world of sports?
Oh, thank you very much, Lisa. It's been a while since we've taken a look at the URI men's basketball team. Since last year's NIT appearance, the Rams have strung together 15 wins and hold second place in the Atlantic 10 Conference. We have highlights from some games at Keeney Gym. URI, trying to improve on last year's National Invitational Tournament appearance, took a step in the right direction against Iona on January 6th. Even the cheerleaders got the crowd pumped up a little, and Carlos Cofield here hits the shot from the top of the key, and Abdul Fox effective inside as well as outside. And as usual, URI's leading scorer can do it from three-point territory. A little strategy on the sidelines enabled the Rams to take this one 87-80. Against Hofstra on January 16th, the team mascot got into the action a little bit here on the sidelines, entertaining the crowd. And Mike Brown also got into the action, tipping in this rebound. And who says URI doesn't have a big man? URI center Rafael Solis up for the layup. Another Ram point. And Abdul Fox with the jumper as URI rolls over Hofstra 80-68. And URI tried to deject St. Joseph's, and it almost worked. St. Joe's just too strong for the Rams. Coach Al Skinner had plenty to say about this game, and Carlos Cofield listened as he responded with this dunk. But URI dropped this one as the fans fall asleep in the stands, 74-65. You're missing a game.
Just read it.
The most pivotal game for the Rams this year was against Temple Monday night. A loss would have dropped the Rams to 5-5 in 5th place in the Atlantic 10 Conference, and a win would put them alone in 2nd place. The fans loved every minute of this game. Cheerleaders pumped the crowd up beforehand, and everything seemed to be falling Rhode's way. Like this foul shot and this three-pointer by Abdul Fox. But Temple, as hot as they were, led 38-27 at the halves, and the Rams had their work cut out for them. The three-point extravaganza continued in the second half. Mike Brown here with the tray. Carlos Easterling saying, "Please, coach, let me in the game, please. I want to get in the game." And this tray by Easterling ties it up at 45. And URI went on to down Temple 67-65. And URI will take on first place the University of Massachusetts tomorrow in an Atlantic 10 clash at the Civic Center at high noon. UMass is 10-1 in the Atlantic 10. And finally in sports this weekend at URI, the women's basketball team will take on George Washington at 7:30, and the gymnastics team will travel to Yale for a 1 o'clock start.
Eric, given the history of the Rams this year and a win at UMass on Saturday, do you think they'll have a chance to make the NCAA tournament?
A win against UMass at the Civic Center would greatly help their chances. They've had to win, I'd say, about 20 games, but if they won every game from here on out, that would leave them at 19. UMass is a top 25 team. A win over them would just about assure them a spot in the tournament.
Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Council of Student Leaders met for the third time Thursday night to discuss plans for organizing a student rally at the March 4th Board of Governors meeting. The group will seek support from President Carruthers for the rally, including the hiring of buses for transporting students to the board meeting. Council member Malcolm Anderson, core member of the Black Student Leader Group and president of Uhuru Sasa, is planning to present the board with the 14 demands given to Carruthers amid a flurry of controversy last October. The Student Council of Leaders is a body for organization and club leaders, faculty, students, and administration at URI. And on the set tonight we have with us Lindy, and she has entertainment for us.
For those of you looking for entertainment, here's the upcoming events for the coming month. First off, the Student Entertainment Committee presents speakers Danny Glover and Felix Justice in Edwards Auditorium at 8 p.m. Tickets are $5 for students and $7 for faculty and staff. The URI film series continues on February 24th with Boomerang, starring Eddie Murphy, at 7 and 9 p.m. in Edwards Auditorium. Tickets are $2 or $3 with soda and candy. On the 24th through the 27th, the URI Theater presents the Children's Hour in the Fine Arts Center. Tickets are $6 for students, $8 for the public, and $4 for children under 12. For more information, call 792-6843. On Saturday, February 27th, the Student Entertainment Committee presents in concert the bands Live and Chucklehead in Edwards Auditorium at 8 p.m. Tickets are $7 for students and $10 for the public. Also on the 27th, a ski trip to Mount Sinape is sponsored by the Union Board. Buses leave from the Circle at 6 a.m. Cost for the bus is $1. Lift tickets are $32. Buses leave from the mountain at 4 p.m. On March 3rd, the URI film series kicks off with Forever Young, starring Mel Gibson. From March 3rd through the 6th, URI Theater presents another Children's Hour in the Fine Arts Center. And on March 5th, the URI film series continues with Distinguished Gentlemen, starring Eddie Murphy. And again on the 24th, with The Bodyguard, starring Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. And that's it for the next month for entertainment.
Well, thanks, Lindy. And that wraps up Campus Beat for this edition. We'd like to thank you for joining us.
I'm Joe Stapleton.
I'm Lisa Dubay.
Good night.
Good night. Lindy, what's your last name?
Sorry, I didn't know your last
okay.
name.
L-Y-N-D-Y? Yep. There you go, sweetie. Damn.